Hey there, Ted here, Big Goofy Runner, for another one of my weekly updates for my weight loss and my running training and how things are going and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. This one is for the week ending May 2nd. For that full previous week. Not bad. Last week, I was at 239 pounds. I believe is my low. Yeah, my low was 239 pounds last week. During my last video. The week for my last video was 239 pounds. And I signed off saying I needed to still do a 10 miler that day. I did do that later in the day, so I did get that all done, so that was good, that I got that run in. Through the week, I did do additional running. Besides the 10 miler last Sunday, I did a 5 miler on Tuesday, a 7 on... Nope. What did I do? What did I do this week? Let's go look again. I did a 5 miler on Tuesday doing speed work, so with that I just progressively got faster throughout the run. So I started at 6 miles an hour, say, and every 2.5 minutes I went up 0.1 mile an hour until I got to the end of my 5 mile run. So by the end I was moving pretty solid, going pretty quick, but it was good. It's working the lungs, getting me used to running a little bit faster. Basically some running training without really being training for a really long distance yet, but it's getting the system pumping, so it's good, getting a bit of a burn. On Wednesday I did a 7 miler, a little bit slower, but still very good. Did not run Thursday, instead I went on Friday. I was very, very tired on Friday, just exhausted, so very slow 4 miles on Friday. Then yesterday I did a 5 mile run as well. So right now, I know I did a 10 mile last week just because I wanted to do a longer run on the treadmill, the new treadmill, and I'll talk about that in a sec. But I'm kind of right now going to embrace that I'm not going to do really long runs right now. I'm probably not going to do anything longer than a 7 or 8 mile run just because I find I dread it throughout the whole week, and that's kind of dragging me down. It's an anchor that I don't want to deal with right now. So instead, while I'm focusing on the weight, I'm going to keep the runs a little bit shorter and just make sure I'm doing the same amount of mileage I was going to do if I did those long runs, just split it over a couple days and just kind of, make sure I get all the miles in, but do it in such a way that I don't dread it throughout the whole week and potentially just end up blowing off the entire run. Because that was certainly the risk of that 10 miler on last Sunday. It might not have happened, and then I was, 10 miles shy that week. That's doing good, so I'll be running again a little later today to get a bit more mileage in. That 10 miler on the treadmill was really very good. So this is a new treadmill that we got about 6 weeks ago. One of my last real runs on the old treadmill, or before we ordered the old treadmill, was an 11 miler, and it destroyed me. And this 10 miler didn't do the same thing. Like that 11 miler, I walked off. We bought a new treadmill. It was that bad. It was the day that I did the 11 milers, the day we ordered the new treadmill, because that thing was just destroying me mentally and physically, and I wasn't getting better. It was actually getting worse each run. So this 10 miler felt so much better. I was still super tired, super exhausted. It helps the brain a little bit, so I know the next time I got to do a longer run, I can do it on that treadmill, but I'm still not quite mentally there ready to do that long running yet. But it was good to do it. It was a way faster run. I felt way better afterwards, and I got off being proud of what I did as opposed to wanting to spend another $1,500 to $2,000 to get a treadmill to replace. But anyway, it was good. So happy about that. So on the weight side, as I said earlier, it was 239 was my low the previous week. The low this week was yesterday, and today 236.5. So down 2.5 pounds. So that is good. That's significant. That's now 30 pounds down since January 3rd and 4th. 30 pounds. That's pretty awesome. So I'm going to do I'm going to do another video where I'm going to talk about what I actually did to lose that 30 pounds. And 30 pounds is not the end. It's just kind of a nice spot to go, okay, this was a solid chunk of weight loss. Let's kind of talk about how I got there, what I did, what I'm doing, that kind of stuff. And So I'll be doing that video. I've got started on a script, and I got collected some pictures and stuff like that to use in there, and it's going to be a bit of a video where I'll be looking at spreadsheets and data. So maybe not super interesting, but interesting from how did I do it kind of thing. And as I tell the story of how I got going on finally losing weight again after ages, because 236.5, I haven't been below 237 since January 2017. And that was like mid-January 2017. So after I got back from doing Goofy that year or something like that. So it's definitely good to be coming down, and still pushing through, going to continue through. I still don't know exactly where my final goal is. 235 is kind of a number I always got in my head, because that's kind of a point where I seem to be able to train for a marathon properly around that weight. But in that case, I still don't think I'm mentally ready for that. So I'm going to get my weight lower before I start doing a proper marathon training program again. Because right now, the doing a marathon training program properly, you need to fuel properly, and that can sometimes work against the weight loss. So the weight loss is the number one thing right now, and I'm going to keep pushing on that. So yeah, so I suspect sometime after I get down past 230 pounds, that's when I'll start looking at what that is. So that's still, at current rate, that's still like a month away before I'm really making that decision. But yeah, I'm going to keep pushing through and see what happens there. But yeah, down 30 pounds, so that's pretty awesome. I mean, if I want to throw a number out, I'd like to be 217 by kind of like Father's Day or July 1st kind of deal. So figure about half the year gone and down 50 pounds. That'd be not bad. We'll see how that all goes though. And a lot of it's really going to depend on how I feel as I get lower, and just see where my body's at. Because I think the last time I was at this weight, I didn't quite have the same muscular structure, because I do my different weight sets throughout the day that are kind of transforming the muscles a little bit, even though I'm not lifting heavy or anything like that. It is changing the body, and I am building a little bit of muscle. So I want to definitely make sure that I'm at a healthy spot when I stop. And where it makes sense. So super jazzed about that drop of 30 pounds now, that this was a good week. No weird spikes this week, which was awesome. It was just kind of stayed steady for most of the week, and then came down through the Friday, Saturday, and to this morning. So that's good. Everything worked pretty well. Diet's going good. Didn't fall off the rails too bad. So that shows up in the weight loss. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah, so the 30 pounds down video, I suspect I will put it on our family channel instead. I'm not sure if my wife has been losing weight as well, doing a lot of running and changing her diet and stuff like that as well. So I'm not sure if we're going to do a combined video on the family channel or just what, but I'll probably be putting that video up in the family channel, and then kind of made highlights of that here on this channel. But yeah, that's Big Goofy Runner and Family for that, and this being of course Big Goofy Runner. So yeah, and I suspect I'll put a blog post out too, so I'll get BigGoofyRunner.com. So anyway, that is everything I think I'm going to throw in for this video. And yeah, thank you for watching. Watch for that 30 pound down video, and yeah, thank you for watching. Talk to you next one.